What's up, Ohio? What's up, Lincoln? Figure while I'm awake, I might as well just finish going through the pennies that I was working on. What's up, Coin Dragon? I'm good. How are you guys? Good night, Paula. Hey, Michael Mullins. So this whole thing about Hangouts and Hangouts on air, and how everybody claims that you can't do Hangouts on air, and it's frustrating because there is like there is not. It's only like being said at face value. Let me figure. Which I don't understand. Hangouts is not going away. Like, I don't know, and I've probably repeated myself a few hundred times that Hangouts is not going away. If you actually read through some of the information, YouTube is disabling the Hangouts on air feature through YouTube. Now, Google on the back end has been consolidating a lot of their software products. This is true. No, it's not true. The fact is that Hangouts on air, the functionality, is not being supported by YouTube anymore. That part is correct. But we've known that since forever. But it's not going away. Hangouts. So here's the thing with Hangouts. Hangouts is going. Basically, they are rolling Hangouts into a piece of software called like Meet and Chat, where basically the Google Enterprise software of the Google Chat and Google Meet, which Chat is just the chat program, and the Meet is obviously the video conferencing software, that they're going to roll all of that stuff into one. Well, obviously, when you have a new piece of software, that's something that you would not be able to support immediately out of the gate. Now, the thing that I find interesting is that if Hangouts was going away, then why would it still be listed as Hangouts when you look at the Google list of products? If it was actually going away, period, then it would not be listed on the Google list of products anymore. But it's still listed there. You can go up to in your Chrome, and then go to the products, and then go down and show and do show more or something like that, and it lists Google Hangouts. Well, if it's supposedly gone, then why is it still listed? So it's obviously frustrating all the way around, because people think that Google Hangouts is going away, and it's not. Hangouts on air which is a functionality of Hangouts being supported by YouTube, is going away. YouTube and Google, even though it's owned by the same company, are actually two different divisions. They are two separate things. They are two different divisions underneath the same umbrella. So when you have two different divisions, then there is, there is going to be some conflict that YouTube can change a product support for a Google product and not tell the Google side. And obviously, this created some frustration with people on the Google side, because just like all of us, this is something that we've grown accustomed to. What's up, Mutswap? So the fact is I am running Hangouts right now. This is how I'm streaming through YouTube. I am not streaming through OBS. They've been wanting you to use the new beta studio for the last 4 months, though. So that's nothing new. So, but the question that I have been asking and that I've been bringing up is that YouTube is such a massive company that they are not going to push out an entire client base and force them to use third-party software to stream on their platform. Like that's insane. No company, it would fold nearly immediately, because if you don't have support for products on their own platform, there's no reason to use their platform. So what I figure, thanks for stopping in, Mutswa. What I figure is that after Google completes their merger of whatever software that they're going to do, then whatever the new version of Hangouts is going to be, whether it's Hangouts or Meet and Chat or whatever it's called, will still be an option that will then have to be supported or should be supported by YouTube. Because otherwise, you're forcing an entire client base to use third-party software to be on your platform. That does not make business sense. It doesn't. That would be like Lowe's forcing you to go to Home Depot to rent a truck. Okay. $67. So now there's a bunch of third-party software, and like almost all of the software is rough. Is rough to use and So which part Lake House? Lake House, do you want to come up on Hangouts? Would that be easier for you? So, 2007. Okay, let's define some things because I think people are still getting confused. There is a piece of software made by Google that is called Hangouts. Okay. Now there is a feature on the YouTube side that that YouTube has been supporting called Hangouts on Air. That is a YouTube thing. YouTube is disabling that feature from Hangouts. Hangouts will still exist as Hangouts because it is a Google product, not a YouTube product. So what Google has been doing is that they have been revamping their entire corporate suite of products. And there was two products. One was called Google Meet, and one was called Google Chat. These two products are getting rolled into one that will be, I believe the name is Hangout, Chat and Meet, or something like that. Um, yeah, I don't care. Just give me a second. Ohio. Come on. Yeah, Lake House. What's Lake House? Send me an email, please. Okay. Ohio, you have email. And Lake House, you have email. What's up, Lake House?
What's up? Okay,
Thing.
so this is what I was wondering. Okay, so for instance, Bella's dad, aka Phil, right?
Okay.
He tried to go on and use Hangouts like he's been doing every single night, and that option for him. And I'm talking about Hangouts on air. I know they're two separate things, and I'm saying that option when you go to set up your live stream to start a Hangouts on air, that option is completely gone for him. But when I go on there, nothing's changed. I mean, it's the same as it was yesterday and a month ago, just like
Okay.
you're on it now.
Okay.
So my question is, when does it totally end for everyone, to where that option, like Phil, is gone for me as well?
So that's what there's no timeline on. So here's the thing with so this is an article from January 2019, where it talks about the Google to transition consumer Hangouts Classic, which is what we're using.
Right.
Um, Hangouts Classic users to chat and meet after they upgrade the G Suite later this year. So all of this. So when everybody is saying, I'm sorry, not everybody. I should probably not generalize that. But when people are stating that Hangouts is going away forever, it's not, and it's frustrating to have to say 100 times over, Hangouts is not going away. Hangouts will still exist. It will most likely be called something else, but Hangouts will still exist.
But Hangouts on
Because
air is leaving.
right, but that's not a Google thing. That is a YouTube feature that they've allowed Hangouts to port through their platform. Where I'm wondering is because they've put the August 1st quote unquote timeline on.
Right.
Um, but it is a transition because you are not going to be able to turn off a feature for 16 billion channels overnight.
Right.
That's just not even the best prepping and the finest scripting. It is physically impossible to do that. That would crash every server. Just it would be a nightmare. Now there will be a transition period. My question that I haven't been able to find a lot of information on, because there you know really isn't anything that has come out specifically, is that they are talking about October,
Yeah,
that
that's what I heard at
things
first.
will begin to transfer over to the I guess they're calling it Hangouts chat, is one thing that they've labeled it. So basically it's going to be, but then I go back to, you are not going to force out an entire client base to use third-party software, because that in itself is immediately not profitable for YouTube. Because
Right.
just like Google wants you to use every one of their pieces of product, of their software, every possible thing that they can get you to use. They want you to use it because it makes them money. The same thing with YouTube. And that's why that YouTube is saying, hey, try using our YouTube webcam, because YouTube wants you to use their product.
Right. And that's the one that they've been kind of advertising with the whole little "this is ending on the first" thing that you see up in the corner all the time lately.
Correct. Right. So there are and where we're at right now is this
Transitional period, pretty much.
this cluster F. That's the best way I can describe it.
So basically,
Because
it has ended. Hangouts on Air has ended already for some, just not everyone. Because, like you said, it couldn't just end for everyone right at the same time.
right, I mean, there will be a transition, but what gets me is that there is no timeline as far as the scale of it. And what I mean by anytime that you do a massive rollout, okay, of software, you're going to do it in waves. You're going to do it in stages. And each one of those stages is going to have a rough timeline or a definitive timeline to that. So, and there will be, for example, a large home improvement store chain, right?
Yeah.
Anytime that they do sweeping changes to something, they are going to do your high end stores first, and then work your way down.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because you want the greatest impact to be first, and then the stores that have lesser impact, but it's a global change that you have to have. You trickle it down in waves. So say you're gonna do a remodel of the entire store, right? You are gonna have waves where you're gonna start in, say, the East Coast, and you're gonna do stores that have a sales volume of, I don't know, greater than $40 million. So in a particular market, you're going to have, say, the last 2 weeks in August, that you're going to have X number of stores that are going to get this retrofit. And then you expand to the next market, and then the next market. So I'm assuming it's the same style of wave-like rollout, but there's no documentation for it. There's no documentation that says, okay, we're going to start with channels that have less than X number of subscribers, or that have X number of whatever's. Like there's no criteria.
Right. Well, I mean, the only reason I brought up the 1,000 in the channels with less than 1,000 is because so far, what I've seen is the only people that have been able to use Hangouts on Air right now. You have 1,000, I have 1,000, TLT has 1,000, but any channel that doesn't has said that feature is gone for them. Hangouts on Air. So that's the only reason I brought up that factor, is because
Okay.
I haven't seen a channel that has less than 1,000 be able to do what you're doing right now.
Well, and I got 1,000 not too long ago, so I guess, yeah, I don't have a lot of experience with anything based over 1,000.
Right.
But then, like, I still, I go back thinking through it logically, because there's no, I mean, there is going to be some big wig that like figures all this stuff out, and I don't see YouTube, even as big as they are, alienating an entire client base based off of a video broadcasting service.
Yeah.
Or software, and like however you want to do it. Like, I don't see that. Like there has to be something, right?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just hopeful, maybe I'm just naive, but it seems like that there is, like, they're waiting for the Hangouts chat, or whatever the next iteration is of the Hangouts, and then that's what they're going to be supporting. I don't know. That's completely conjecture, and there's no basis other than just my own thoughts of there should be something. Now, whether whether YouTube builds in those features into their webcam, their webcam software platform, whatever you want to call it, and that becomes like the next like Hangouts on Air. That's a possibility. But a lot of it is just it's frustrating because there's not a lot of information.
Yeah, I tried doing some research earlier, and it's just the same old article after the same old article.
Yeah, and it's the ones that came out in January that specifically talk about.
Yeah, and they talk about October mostly in those articles too, like you were saying earlier. The only time I saw August 1st is on, when you actually go on YouTube and it talks about that little thing with the YouTube webcam trying to offer that service.
So yeah, so it's another article saying that that it's going to migrate users to the Hangouts meet and chat, and then let's say Hangouts will be retired for Google Suite customers in October of 2019. But that's the basically the corporate version of the Google products. So let's see. Between April and September 2019, chat will get features from Classic Hangouts. Let's see. I'm trying to find. There was another article that I was reading.
What's up, Blake House? What's up, CJ?
What's up, Ohio?
What's up?
Nothing much. Okay, so what I was trying to, well, I was going to say, is if you start, okay, for the lower channels, that have, less than 1K, is apparently they don't have, obviously the right to go live on the Hangout. But, I mean, Trey, he started his stream before midnight, and we were still on after his midnight time zone. Okay.
Right.
Well, after that, you obviously can't go live after that. So, he went to sleep anyways. But then me and Cajun, we go to Hector's. We were all on the panel. Well, not all over on his panel, though. We were in Google Hangouts, and he was there also. But it was before midnight, actually 15 minutes before midnight. And as soon as it hit midnight over on his time zone, it kicked him off and left me and Cajun just talking to me and him by, like talking to Cajun on the phone.
So are you saying that he was doing a live stream and he had like Hangouts going on his phone playing during his live stream, or?
No, I think it was all going on his computer. Like, Lincoln could, hear me and Cajun, but after midnight over on his time zone, it kicked him off Hangouts.
What time is it in Hawaii right now? That's what I was wondering.
I believe it is still they're like 3 hours behind us. So I'm on the West Coast, so it's 12:48 here. So I think it's maybe
something.
10, like 9, 9 or 10.
Hold on, guys. There. I'll look it up for you.
Yeah, I'm guessing just one of these days we're going to get on there, and then obviously for everyone, the Hangouts on Air feature is going to be gone for everyone. You just don't know when. Just one of these days you're going to get on and try to get on, and it's just not going to be there like it was for those smaller channels now.
It is 9:48 p.m. over there.
Okay, so they're 3 hours behind me.
Yeah. Okay, so CJ, you are over in where? California?
Oregon.
Oh, you're over. Okay, you're in Oregon. Okay. Well, because Hector, he's over on the West Coast as well, because he's 3 hours behind me, which sets him at 12:49 a.m., just like you. That's I don't know. It just don't make sense to me because, like I said, Trey had his stream going, but I don't know. It just don't make sense to me.
And Trey's in the East Coast, right?
Yes, he lives. Yeah, he's in Georgia.
Cajun, it is still Hangouts, and it's still on YouTube.
Yeah.
Hangouts. So we were talking about this earlier. Hangouts is a Google product. Hangouts on Air is a YouTube feature for their platform. Those are two separate things.
You know what? I bet you CJ's getting kind of tired of repeating that to all of you guys.
Well, I mean, basically what he's saying is YouTube or the Hangouts app is basically you could use that anytime. I mean, I could call you CCO anytime on
yeah,
Hangouts.
yep,
That's never
yep.
going to get taken away. The
No,
Hangouts on Air is what's getting taken away.
you know what?
Right, and because that is the YouTube side that is a feature that they've allowed that they are going to discontinue allowing. Now, Hangouts will be transitioned into something else, but it will still be quote unquote Hangouts or some variation of that.
Right.
That just makes me curious. Let me go on my computer and go to my live streaming. I mean, I know I can't live stream because I'm banned, but let me see if I still have all the options to go live.
So, but from what Lake House was saying, that really makes me curious if they are disabling the feature for those with less than X number of subscribers first, so that they can transition to something else.
Maybe what they're saying about the October thing is they start the transition now, and then it will be completely finished by October.
Yeah. So here's another article. Let's see.
Well, I can't even get into my settings because I can't. It says I got a strike, so I can't get in. But yeah, but I mean,
this could take months.
Yeah, I mean, it could take months. It could take up to a year. I mean,
so this is April 15th, 2019. The classic Hangouts they are transitioning to Hangouts Chat.
but I thought people said that they had like an app called Meet Me that was supposed to go up on YouTube.
So Google Meet and Google Chat are supposed to be all condensed down into one piece.
Okay.
And from what I can tell, I don't know if this is the corporate side software, or if it's going to all roll into the consumer side. But it's from what I can tell, the replacement is going to be called Google Hangouts Chat, which is the Meet and the Chat all and the Hangouts all rolled into one.
Okay, I get you.
So, which basically, it's the corporate software of Google Meet and Google Chat that just gets rolled in together, which is basically just like what Hangouts was. And you're not going to have a corporate side Hangouts and a consumer side Hangouts. So just roll it all into one.
Cajun, he's on Google Hangouts because you can see us on the panel on YouTube. He still has the option. And supposedly, I guess YouTube's changing everything because now I see starting in August, YouTube Studio Beta will become everyone's default experience for getting ready to say goodbye to Creator Studio Classic later this year.
Which is fine, and that was way before, any of this other hot garbage that we are dealing with. But it just, it really makes me think that there could be something that is then brought in as a feature. Now, whether that is going to be on the Google side or the YouTube side, I have no idea.
See, okay, well, what gets me is I'm thinking YouTube is taking away Hangouts because there's so many, channels that are going live underneath Hangouts, and they're probably not liking that. That's just my guess, but I mean, I could be
I
wrong.
don't see why it would matter to them.
Right,
Well, I
but
mean, it's a
but
big
so
thing,
just in what you said, so now you're going to take one piece of software that everybody is using, and you're going to take the feature that you've allowed to your platform, and you're going to take that away. Now everybody is going to be using 19 pieces of software to do the exact same thing.
Yeah, it don't make
Okay,
sense.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, you got a point there.
Which at least, like, if you're going to lose, like, product share, I don't know how to term that correctly. You might as well lose it to one of your own companies, not 18 individual third-party vendors that have no affiliation with YouTube or Google.
Right on. I don't know. It just confuses me.
Yeah, and
I
that's
just don't think there's enough information out there right now for
Yeah,
anyone to say for sure right
I'm
now.
with you, Wade. I'm with you,
right,
Wade.
and that's why, like, I'm still stating that I feel like that if they're gonna roll Hangouts and Google Meet and Google Chat, all that stuff, if they're gonna roll all that together, then either Google or YouTube, I would just foresee them to have some kind of feature that you could do guests on a broadcast.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, that does.
Just because it is such a popular format that I don't. There's got to be something. There's got to be something that has that same feature. Because, like, it would be like, man, PlayStation is such a popular product, we're just gonna discontinue it.
Yeah.
No,
Doesn't make any sense.
No, that doesn't make any sense at all. You replace it with PlayStation 4, you replace it with PlayStation 5, whatever the next iteration is, but you still replace it with something else. You don't just totally kill it. So, in the meantime, people are using a lot of different pieces of software, and that concern.
StreamYards.
Yeah, StreamYard is one. Zoom is another. There's probably 2 or 3 other ones.
I see what you're saying. It's almost like they're, it doesn't make sense that they'd be forcing you to use things like StreamYards and all the other similar things to that.
Right, because now they're taking. So now you're forcing an entire client base to use third-party software to broadcast on your platform. Like, that
Right.
just, like, if you're gonna do that, dude, have something on your platform so that people use all of the products on your platform. That's business. So the other piece of frustration that I have, and that I know that I share with some people, is my, okay, I've already had to learn 19 pieces of software. I've already had to teach myself OBS and to do all these things, and now I have to teach myself another piece of freaking software.
Yeah.
Like, golly, dude, like, just when I'm starting to get it, and now I gotta relearn everything all over again.
Yeah, some stuff just needs to be left alone, in my opinion.
I'm with you. 100% with you.
So as far as the Q&A tomorrow, I am hosting the Q&A. As long as I have the ability. Hold on. The G looks funky. As long as I have the ability to do a Google Hangouts, I will do a Google Hangouts. I had tried tweaking with the OBS, where I can basically have a Google Hangouts, just like a video, like a plain video call, like as if I was like just video calling Lake House and Coin Collector, Ohio. That if I was just doing that, and I will be sharing that screen. It's
With your
not.
OBS.
It's through OBS. It's
Right.
not ideal. It's kind of ugly, honestly, because I'm trying to capture video and then broadcast video at the same time, and that
Exactly.
gets ugly. That is an option. It is a viable option. So that is my number one backup in case I cannot use on air. My second backup is StreamYard. The only thing that I do not like about there's the DDR right there. Yeah, see it? Day one.
Yeah, I see it.
Oh, nice.
There's DDR. What is that? 2000. Yep, 2000. Bam. That's like the ninth DDR that I've had in this box. This box has been nuts. StreamYard will be my number two backup.
So you have messed with StreamYards already?
I have. The number one thing that I absolutely don't like about it is there is this menu on the left-hand side that has no purpose in anything except for just to be there.
And it can't be removed?
And it can't be minimized, it can't be removed, and you can't do anything with it. So that's one thing that I hate. The orientation is not great, because you can move people around and you can highlight one person like what you could do in Hangouts, but it's just not as crisp as Hangouts is, which I'm not really expecting it to be because it's a third-party software.
Right.
Exactly.
We have also attempted, and it was a flying disaster. What's that?
Streamlabs?
Software? Nope. Oh, it's literally right here on my computer. Where'd it go? Discord.
Okay.
And Discord was a cluster F because Discord itself is so resource intensive that you would have to have a high-end computer to even do anything.
Keep up with all of it.
Yeah,
because I was running Discord on the computer that I stream with, which is not very powerful, but I have everything tweaked so that, I can still stream very, very well and do videos very, very well, as you guys know. But when I had Discord up, and we were using that, and I closed my OBS because I was using my scope and everything, it took my computer over 5 minutes just to recover. So that during that entire 5 minutes, I could not hear anybody because my computer cannot even process the audio, because that's how resource intensive that software is. So Discord is absolutely not an option unless you have a high-end computer, which I do have a bigger computer that I have, two like mega processors on it. Like it's a server motherboard, and it's a freaking beast that I could run everything off of, but that's not the point. That's something that I can do. But when you're asking, people like Ken to figure it out, when you're asking people that have laptops like Christopher Rhodes, like they're not gonna be able to do it, like physically not be able to do it,
Right.
and that does not work when you are trying to work with, you know, with multiple people. That's not an option. It's got to be something that is got to be easy for everybody. You know, just in the same fact that, you know, okay, everybody has to learn another piece of software. Well, what's the end game?
Right.
Like everybody just uses like 13 pieces of software to do one thing. That's not right.
Well, hey, listen, guys, I got to get running, but I think this helped me out a lot. We'll just have to play it by ear and see what happens. But I'm going to go hang out and chat for a little bit, and then I'm going to hit the hay. So I appreciate you having me on here.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, man. And
All right.
like I'm gonna have Q&A later today. So you know, I volunteered to have Q&A on my channel. So if I jack it up something fierce, I'm sure that you guys will know about it, and you could just say, you know, CJ, I told you you're stupid and you don't know anything.
All right, I'll try to make it to that for sure. I'm curious to see how it works out. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later.
All right.
All right, see you later, Lake. Yeah, that whole Hangouts thing, I don't know, it just got me confused.
It's there is complications with some of the software, but there's got to be something else. I mean, what's up, Alden? There has to be something else, either on the Google or the YouTube side.
Exactly.
Like I can totally see YouTube taking this opportunity and having, you know, a quote unquote Hangouts like feature where you can add guests to, you know, to your live stream, and that would be completely within their realm of doing, because then people are using all of the products on their platform. Like that's a duh.
Yeah, I do what you mean.
You know, like you go to the baseball game, but you got to go across the street to get hot dogs. Like, why?
Yeah.
No, you go to the concession stand where they have hot dogs, because duh. Yeah,
Exactly.
it's just it's there's at some point there has to be something else that's coming out, or some kind of feature that's going to be added that is going to get us back, you know, kind of back in line, I guess. Because it wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense otherwise. You know, and that's why, like, I'm already so over it.
I
Like,
get it.
you know, like everybody's freaking out. I get, sorry, generalization. You know,
No, you're fine. You're cool.
people are freaking out, and it's like, why? Why are you freaking out about something that is potentially minor?
Exactly.
Right? Because really, how many channels is this realistically going to affect?
Not many, because
That having a panel or having guest speakers is part of their business model.
Exactly.
Not very many. So the kind of the need to have it is kind of just a luxury. So I mean, I can see, you know, lesser channels, and by lesser, I don't mean like in quality. I just mean in subscriber quantities. Having to deal with short-term obstacles until they get to the point where they can overcome those obstacles and use the built-in software. I can kind of see that. Um, do do I like it? No. I think I think I don't like it at all. And realistically, I was not really expecting or kind of figuring that I would hit 1,000 until probably October. I had myself basically planned out that I would hit or be very very close in October. So I hit it earlier than I expected. So like I'm not ready. Because
Yeah.
one of the other things is the watch hours, right?
Yeah.
Because you have to have 1,000 subscribers and you have to have 4,000 watch hours, public watch hours. So like, and that was my other thing, because I do not have 4,000 watch hours, because the magic number is 240,000 watch minutes. Well, as of previous to my sales show tonight, I was sitting at 222,000. So, yeah, I have a pretty good chunk, but I still have a ways to go. Like it's not quite over yet. Like I still got some work to do. So you know, and that's one of the things that like I feel bad, because I have seen a lot of great channels hit 1,000 and they do these amazing giveaways, and I haven't done squat yet. Well, really, because I wasn't even ready for it.
Exactly.
And like I want to see a bunch of other channels get over 1,000. Um, you know, just for the sake of that is a milestone that I'm sure many of us strive to achieve, because that's one of those, you know, one of those things that you know that you made it. You know, regardless if you have the 240,000 watch minutes or anything, just having that number is like, hey, you know, I have worked on and you know build this brand that I have, which I have been working on this for 2 years, just over 2 years, since I first started on my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
That
Go
like
ahead.
it's you know it's a cool thing that in 2 years I've been able to get to this point. You know, not that that was a goal, but just as um, a reaction, a result of the content that I put out. I mean, I try to always put out informative videos. I try to have, you know, good live streams. I don't really, you know, I don't really live stream that much, because I like participating with other people's live stream. Um, you know, I hate listening to myself talk. it's
Exactly.
is
That's why I said let's see if I can join the panel, because I was like, nah, you're probably gonna end up getting bored.
you know, and I have no problem talking about stuff that I enjoy, or you know, my hobbies or anything like that. But at some point, I just get tired of talking. And that's you know, and that's nothing bad, but you know, I just and that's why like I don't mind having people up in my live streams, you know, in a panel environment, yeah, English, dude. Oh, it's hard. In a panel style environment or otherwise, just because it is something, you know, that is the interaction, and that interaction is what I enjoy.
Exactly. Let's see here. I started my channel back in March. Yeah, March 29th. And I'm already at 500 subscribers. And hold on here. Let me check. Okay, yeah, I have 1,081 hours, watch hours. But the thing is, though, is I don't know if I'm actually going to reach my goal of getting, the 4K watch hours that you need.
Right. So the all of the stuff that I've done as far as researching, and really looking at the analytics, and this is, and just take this as a grain of salt, because this is a case on my channel, and each person needs to review their own analytics to determine what works best for them.
Exactly.
Because what I've seen is getting a solid mix of live streams that will bring you watch time and videos that get people coming back. So for views.
Yeah, I get what you mean there.
So it's finding a balance. Now there's a lot of people that they're like, well, you should just live stream all the time. Well, that's great if you can do it.
Yeah,
But
that's just like me. I mean, I usually
I can't live stream 8 hours a day. Like I just physically can't.
I mean, yeah, life gets in the way. I mean, you got to do what you got to do. I mean, it's not like, you have over 1 million subscribers and making all this, money, obviously. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the monetization piece, here's my take on that. This is going to be loaded, so you might want to sit down for this one.
I'm already sitting down. I'm just going through coins.
The monetization should be a result of your efforts, not a goal. And I know I will probably get some flack for that, because I mean, and here's why. Everyone, everyone. See, I generalize things. People see these big time YouTubers that do it full time, and they make all these monies, and they're these giant YouTube success stories, right?
Yes.
People see that.
Yep.
And so they're like, hey, well, goofball over there, he's as dumb as a box of rocks, and if he can do it, well, I can do it, and I will be 100% as successful as he is.
Exactly.
And for a lot of us coin nerds, that's very that sounds very familiar. In terms of, here's my coin, this is the one that's worth thousands of dollars, right? No, it's not. What is shown is not always reality, and there are some people that it comes easy to, and there are some people that it comes very hard to.
Exactly.
But what you have to do as a content creator is you have to find out what works best with you. There is no black and white success plan for YouTube. And I specifically say this because I shouldn't be anywhere near 1,000 subscribers. I should not be anywhere near over 200,000 watch minutes. The only reason why I am is because I had one single video, that got picked up by the YouTube algorithm. That's it. One. That one video is worth 121,000 watch minutes on my channel alone. And that was one single video that I did on the difference between the Type 1 and the Type 2 on the 1976 Eisenhower. That's it.
And that one video puts
That
you
one video
that far
puts
ahead.
me that close to watch time. Otherwise, I could be at 1,000 subscribers, but I would be needing an additional 100,000 watch minutes. You know how long 100,000 watch minutes is?
Oh yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
2,000 hours.
Exactly.
So I did some preliminary numbers on the sales show that I had tonight. Okay.
Okay.
My oh man, English, dude. English is hard. I roughly guesstimated that video will have 6,500 watch minutes. Okay.
Okay.
So if I needed an extra 100,000 watch minutes, I would have to do one of those shows another 16 times just to make up the difference.
Yep.
So I would have to do one of those shows, which is roughly 3 hours and some change long, like every week or every 2 weeks for an entire year.
Exactly.
Dude, that's a grip of time.
Oh yeah, for
That
sure.
is a massive grip of time. And so Lake House says 6K minutes is a decent live stream. My average, and only because of my sales show, my average is actually far less than that. My average for live streams is under 5K because I don't have a large following. I'd have roughly, I'm going to say 1,038 subscribers. When I look at my videos, I have roughly 40 to 50. Like my average is about 45 to 50 views for the lifetime of that video. That's it. So,
Yeah.
you know, and everything, like I don't take anything in a negative sense.
Exactly.
Everything that I am looking at as far as the analytics is just what I am trying to determine for my own channel, my own brand, is how can I do things differently or how can I do things better? So like one of the big things that I still don't do, because I don't know, is I don't have a lot of end cards. So end cards are those things that come up at the end of your video that can reach, that you can put another video that you select, another video that of yours that YouTube selects, or you can put a playlist or something else there. And that is one of those things that helps keep people on your channel as long as you utilize them. There is a very large majority of videos that I see in the coin community that do not use those end cards.
Exactly.
I barely use them. But one of the things that I did is that one video that took off, I have end cards on that video to try to get them, you know, to stay on my channel. When I have live streams, like 100% honest with you, I really don't expect people to show up.
And that's okay. And that's same when I was streaming. Like, I didn't think I would have, so many people hop up in there. You know what I mean? It's like, you see here, my first time streaming on Google Hangouts was, 2 months ago, whatever. And, and I found out about YouTube, whatever. Because okay, all the reason I made this channel was because I don't know if you see me around with my other channel, T Series, whatever. Well, I hopped over with the Lemonhead Penny stream, and then I'm not sure if you know who Coin Collector is. He's from the UK. Me and him got in touch together, and me and him were talking for a while. And he goes, "How about you just make a coin channel that's Coin Collector Ohio?" I was like, "Okay, well that sounds pretty good." So, I mean, here I am with this channel, and I think the most watch minutes I got inside a stream was a couple weeks ago. I think it was like 4,500 watch minutes or something like that, which isn't bad for a small channel. I mean,
Yeah, and I was looking at, so my total my max concurrent viewers that I had on the sales show tonight was what was it, 43, which is huge. And like that, honestly, it scares me to a point, because like, what happens when you have 400 people in your live stream?
oh, that'd be tough.
Holy smokes. Like,
It's just,
you know,
I mean, it's just like Robert Larson. I mean, you would think he would have way more than just 100 people inside that live stream. I
but
mean, what's
still,
the
it's, and with the reach that, I mean, so I got some weird stuff on this one.
But I
What?
mean, you know what I mean. What gets me is that channel has over 100,000 subscribers, but that's not his channel. I don't think. I think it's like with the group of whoever he's with. I don't know anything about that. I don't know if you do, but
Nope, he owns it.
oh, he does. Okay.
Yep, he owns it.
Well, wouldn't you
Well,
think he would have?
when it was began, it was a group effort, and right now, basically, he is the only one that is utilizing it.
Because I know there was a dude named Anthony that was in there. Obviously, he wasn't a moderator, but he popped up as with a check mark beside his name. So that just made me curious if they were working together.
I know who you're talking about, but that check mark is something different.
Well, I didn't know what it means, but
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the channel. It's a something on the YouTube side.
you know what I mean, though. It's just, I mean, it just makes you curious. I mean, but to me, wouldn't you think you should have more than 100 people inside the live stream, though, if you had over 100,000 subscribers?
Well, but then you have to take a look at your analytics. What does your analytics show? Most of the analytics that I have gone through says that if you do a video,
Okay.
and again, this is subjective to mine.
All right.
My videos are getting about 10% of my viewer base to watch that video in views. So that means 10% of my total subscriber count watches my videos. 10%. Okay, so why so little? Well, that's where I go back to. There isn't a black and white definitive answer on why. Maybe it's something that people are not interested in your video at the time, because it doesn't come up in the algorithm. They don't get the notifications. They're busy during the week at work, and they don't get a chance to sit down and watch it. Maybe it's not interesting.
Okay.
That's a thing, happens all the time. um you know um people like start listening to my video, and they're tired of hearing CJ talk over the fan in the background, and they're like, well, his sound sucks and I'm gonna leave because there's something that is more interesting that that showed up on the YouTube recommended, or something that I'm gonna go watch right now. Right there, I've already lost the view because of things that I can't control.
Okay, well, I have learned this. You can't let's see here. Okay, I've been told by many people by this. And this is why my videos have music in the background now, non-copyright. But this is why, is because people will literally leave your video because it's too quiet in the background, if you know what I mean. And I
Right.
have people on the stream, well, they personally emailed me and told me, they said, hey, I'm not going to say who they are, but they said, hey, no offense of you or anything, but I'm going to leave your live stream because it's too quiet. So that's why I was like, okay, well, that's my situation, is where, you're going to make mistakes, obviously, and you're going to learn from them. And
Right, but you are getting direct feedback.
yes,
That is infinitely better than
exactly.
having to try to figure something out from analytics.
Exactly. And I was like, okay, well, further on, next day, that person came back and emailed me and said, that's way much better. And, you need to keep it that way. I was like, okay, thank you for your feedback, because now, that person's still here, still subscribed, and still watches my videos.
Perfect. So
Yeah, exactly.
you did exactly what you should be doing. And if you want to build your channel, then you should be always looking at your analytics, because I'll show you. I'll show you my analytics. As disgusting as they are, because reasons.
Exactly.
Do.
I mean, I know it's your channel of me talking about my channel, but you know what I mean.
Dude, we're just here hanging out. I ain't worried about a thing.
Yeah, I know, but some people don't like that, if you know what I mean.
No, I don't. Right now, I don't care. All right, so I'm going to switch to I'm going to switch to my other camera that can't be seen right now. Okay. Okay. So here's my camera.
Yeah.
So this is my analytics for me. So here's the biggest thing that you can know about me right now, and everybody in the chat, because I don't care. Right here is kind of a lull time frame. I didn't really do a whole lot. Right here, this is where I got laid off.
Exactly.
So you can see where I've been focusing my time. Right here, which is the low point, I didn't put out any content for like 3 weeks. I didn't put it on videos. I didn't do any live streams. I didn't do anything.
And yeah, and that's going to hurt you.
Exactly. So by looking at the analytics, as long as I continue to put out good, keyword is good content, people will continue to watch it. And
Exactly.
what I found out, especially because a lot of my content is videos about coins, that as long as I keep putting out videos, people will come and watch them. Yes, I'm only getting 40, 45 views. I'm fine with that, because I know that when I put a video out, I have the best information that I have at the time, and I'm not trying to tell anybody that they have something that they do not. I am putting out good instructional information. But here
Exactly.
and here's the thing though, people will watch the videos first, and then that's it. After, if you look at the lifetime on one of the videos, it will go up, as in like all of the people that viewed it, and it'll basically immediately drop back down, because after it's new, people don't go back and watch old videos. They don't, and I don't expect them to. So
Exactly.
the biggest hurdle with this YouTube game that we are playing, because that's what it is that we're all playing this YouTube game, is the need for constant content. And that's why you have people that basically get burned out from YouTube, because you can only sit there and put out videos. You can only put out 3 videos a week for X number of weeks before you finally just get sick and tired of it.
Exactly.
So that's why, like, I try to balance my stuff with number of live streams and number of videos that I put out. Just to have a solid balance, because if somebody doesn't have if they can't come and watch the live stream, then one, they could watch it back, or the other thing is that if I put out a video like the next day that kind of recaps the live stream or whatever, people might go in and watch that, like the shortened version of it, versus having to watch a 3-hour live stream.
Exactly.
But again, it goes back to, you have to find out what works. One of the biggest hurdles that I see on the coin side of the videos, on the video side of coins, however it goes, is that playlists are not done very much. And there
Exactly.
are a bunch of videos that like are just out there, like there's no organization to them. So I've tried to put a bunch of playlists together for sorry, I'm gonna jack this up again
No, you're fine.
because I can.
Well, that's what I just did. I just went, as I was talking to you guys, I was, went on there and just took all my live streams, and just named it stream, and, did it as a playlist, because, people play those, just to help you out. But
I put those playlists together. Now here's where it really gets interesting. Broadcasting and searching YouTube for these videos is ugly. Is really just ugly. But here's the thing: if you want to really grow your brand, and I mean your brand, not your channel, your brand, you must cross platform your content. Not everybody is on YouTube. Not everybody is on Facebook. Not everybody is on Twitter. Not everybody is on Instagram. If you really want to build a brand, you got to be everywhere where people are consuming content. And that, my friend, is probably the hardest thing that can possibly be done. Because especially for one person to do all of that, even somebody who is that it's really easy to do, that can literally be a full-time job in itself. So if you are doing that much stuff across that many different platforms, like, how it goes back to how well is your content. Well, if you're spending all of your time and your effort just doing cross-platform, then your content is probably kind of rough. I mean, honestly, it's going to be a little bit rough because you are spending all of your time and your effort, and instead of putting together quality video, you are spending it going across all these different platforms. But the thing is that if you have a following outside of YouTube, you can bring it into YouTube very,
Exactly.
very, very easily. Um, and I feel like that even with the total number of people inside YouTube, we're talking billions. I mean, let's be real here. There are
Okay.
billions of people inside YouTube. When they can
There is.
when
You're
they
not
can
lying.
close like 2.6 billion fake accounts, and it still is not even a seventh of the total user population. Like there are billions, right?
Oh yeah, there is. I mean, there ain't no doubt about that.
The fact remains that a channel such as myself, it is impossible for me to be able to effectively um, advertise my brand across YouTube without videos going viral or videos getting picked up by the algorithm. It's a numbers thing. It's just not possible. That's why the growth of your channel, the growth of your brand, focus on it being organic. It will come if your content is good. Focus on the quality of your content and just let it happen. There are people that focus so much on just getting subscribers when they either don't have any content or their content is not that great. Um, you know, um, giveaways. The thing that I struggle with giveaways, I love a great I love a great giveaway. I really do. Um, it can be taxing on the channel, but the thing that um, is getting that mix of your audience, because the one thing that you don't want is you don't want your entire viewership only showing up to your live stream because they know that there's a giveaway. That's my opinion. Again, there's no black and white, and I am not saying anything bad about channels that do consistent giveaways. There's nothing wrong with that. If that's the way that they want to run it and it works for them, perfect, because they found what works for them. That's the game. That is absolutely the game, is finding out what works for you. If it's giveaways, if it's information, if it's video, if it's live streams, like whatever works in your wheelhouse, man, you should just put all of your efforts towards that. Because you can have a bunch of video that a bunch of videos, a bunch of people that show up to your live stream, and then the second that a giveaway is done, everybody bails. Are they really helping your channel, or are they just there for the freebie stuff?
They're just there for the freebie stuff.
And if that doesn't bother you, do go for it. I have no problem with that whatsoever. I have no problem with that. If that's what works for you and that's what helps build your channel, then by God, do it. Do it all day, every day.
it don't bother me, but then it kind of ticks me off though. You know what I mean? Like having people that you haven't seen in weeks or anything on your videos, then hey, I mean, go ahead and post 500 subscriber goal video, and boom, they're right there. Like, okay, you win, for instance, just an example. Let's say that you haven't been on my channel in weeks or months, and I post a video and you comment on that video, and you win that goal. So, congratulations, CJ, you won the goal. And, I ship it out to you. You do whatever, mail call, whatever whatever you want to do.
Yep.
Then after that, I post more content out there, and I don't see you anywhere in any of the videos that I posted. But then, okay, let's say, 800 subscribers or 1K comes, and boom, I see you there. That, you know what I mean? That just gets, I don't like that at all. I mean,
But here's the thing: is that you can't pick your audience.
exactly.
And like, you have to find whatever niche that you want to work in. You have to find that thing that works for you. Honestly, there are people that will go into a video, not watch it at all, and hit the like button and type, "Hey, this was a good video."
Exactly.
But here's the thing: they're still interacting with your channel. Every time that they show up only for a giveaway, that's still one more interaction that they have with your channel.
Exactly.
I see it as an absolute win either way. And like, I if anybody asks me, and you don't even have to ask me, because I'm gonna tell you straight up right now, I am absolutely terrible about going in and responding to comments on my videos and commenting on other people's videos. I am the freaking worst. I am. There is no excuse. I'm just fucking lazy.
Okay.
But does that make me a bad person?
No.
When
Heck
people
no.
are online, there are so many channels that I actually just sit back and, just like if I'm going through coins like I am right now, I will have, if I'm sitting here, I will either be on somebody's channel, like Oz for say, and I'll be on his panel and I'll be talking to him while I'm doing stuff, or I will just sit in the back, and basically lurk in someone's channel. I am still interacting with their channel. I am still giving them view time.
Exactly.
So even though I'm not upfront about, I'll hit the like button and I'll sit in the background, because for me, I like to hear things. I like to listen to stuff because it is, I would rather much more listen to, somebody having a conversation or music while I'm doing something. It's the way my brain is wired, and that's what works for me. So I will be in streams, especially the late night streams, and I will just be sitting in the background because I'm over here doing coins. I'm doing something else. I won't even have the screen up. I won't even have my keyboard out. Like, whatever. Like, just like, you know, there could be somebody in here that, hasn't commented in the chat or something, and they are just here listening. That's fine. That is completely fine. I don't,
And that,
you
and that's
know,
what I usually do.
like, and that's there's nothing wrong with that though.
No, there is
And
not.
like, there is a lot of you know like this need that, oh, you have to go in and you have to like every single video, and you have to, every time you go into a chat room you have to say hi. no, actually, you don't. If you don't want to, that's freedom. That's being able to do whatever you damn well please, and I'm fine with that. And I will be completely honest with anybody that that wants to challenge me or call me out on something. Dude, they're like, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I don't like your video, and I either really just didn't like it or I didn't watch it. Otherwise, most videos that I'm watching that has information about stuff, or that I feel like that I have a decent, like I enjoyed the conversation, I'll hit the like button because I liked it. And that's the interaction that I have with that channel. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be everything. There is so many more ways to support channels than hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button, going in and commenting on every single video. If somebody was just to say, hey CJ, like there was a comment on the sales show for tonight, and the comment was very brief, and it was, I really like this format. It was basically no bull, no fluff, and just great coins with good prices. That's what it was. That right there means so much more to me than anything, because number one, somebody took the time to message me. I'll take that. You know, the like button is also a great way to say, hey, I like this video. I like the content. I like the creator, even though he's a jerk sometimes, or all the time. I mean, whatever. But there are more than just a single way to say that you support someone's channel. And I will take every different type and different way of support that I can get. And I am absolutely happy for that. I am happy that people show up. I'm happy the fact that there's 15 people here listen to me ramble on about God knows what at 2:00 in the morning. Like, that in itself is an absolute win.
Yeah. You know
I mean,
what? To be honest, I thought you just made that up, but I'm just went to your stream. I'm about to say it's 4:52 a.m. over here, but I'm a night
yeah.
owl, so
and I am very appreciative out of anybody that shows up to my stream.
there's 16 in here now.
And I watch the numbers, and I can watch it go up and down. And I've talked about on my shows, on the sales shows, like 2 hours. If I can get it underneath 2 hours, or maybe around 2.5 hours, after that, dude, it drops off. It drops off into no man's land. I'm not ignoring you, Joe.
Yeah.
But I get that, and I'm trying to come up with better ways so that I can capitalize on the people that show up. So I am taking into account what their timeline for my content is. Yeah, Lemonhead, I'm still talking. I'm still rambling. I know. I'm just gonna keep rambling. And I try to take that into account. So after every show, I look at the analytics and I look at the timelines, and I write notes. What works? What doesn't work? The reason why I pick Wednesday is because the viewership is much higher on a Wednesday, and that was again proven today. where I had, concurrent 43 people was the max. That's a lot of people that I have show up to any of my live streams. I'm lucky to get 15. So to have 43 show up is amazing, because really it's 3 times what I would normally get on any one of my live streams. It's because I have cool people like, Clinton that show up. I have cool people like Lemonhead that show up. I have, Joe Durbin that wants to sell stuff. I have Coin Dragon that wants to sell stuff. Mike Badger and Roadrunner, and I have all these people in the community that when I'm offering, time and space, and the opportunity to get in front of people, dude, they make it happen. That's not me. I just show up. It's everyone else that shows up and makes those things happen. And that's, and I try to make things better for all of those people. If I can make things easier in the auctions or in the sales, then I'm going to try to do it, because it's in the best interest of everybody.
Exactly. Right on. Exactly.
So it's always a work in progress. And with myself being a uh, with myself being a smaller channel, to be able to bring together multiple channels, that was my original thought, because I would rather have a bunch of channels get together at one time than 4 or 5 channels trying to stream over each other.
Yeah, and see, that's why I stream. Well, when I could, that's why I streamed so late. Like I was starting my stream at midnight and ended like at 8 o'clock in the morning. I mean, that's just what I used to do. I mean,
And that's the thing is, and I will tell you one thing, that a wise person once told me: who the hell cares? If you want to
exactly.
stream whenever you want, because if they're going to come to your channel, they're going to come to your channel. Here's the thing that you should keep in mind: when somebody comes into your live stream, that counts as a view. Well, when they leave your live stream and then come back a little bit later, guess what? That's another view. So if you have people that are jumping back and forth, like coming and going from your channel and other channels, all that counts as more interaction with your channel. That's
Exactly.
that actually, in terms of number of views, that actually helps you. So like I am number one, I am not offended by anybody that says, hey CJ, I'm really tired of you talking. I'm gonna bail. If you want to leave, do,
Just leave. I
yeah,
mean,
I am not holding you here. And just understand that I appreciate your time, your time that you know that you spent here. I appreciate that, because that helps me. That helps me develop as a channel, and that helps me develop my brand. um like Lemon has like the best saying in the whole world, and he
you're
says,
ten.
I'm glad that you got to see me.
Yep.
And really, like, I really thought about that one night, and like, as simple as that is, that has so much meaning in it. Like, it really just does. You know that I feel like when he says that, that's really, that I take that personally. It's like, hey man, even if I didn't say anything, during his entire stream, and I just say, yeah, I'm going to bed or whatever. That still resonates. That still resonates as something that he would say and that he means, that he is glad that I got to see him. And it's something so simple, but it's so cool because it makes him very real. And I as a person, my personality, I really enjoy when people are real. Like, I've when I was working, I was a loss prevention manager. And I had, I dealt with a lot of people, and I said, I can be kind of rough around the edges. I have I'm completely aware of that. And um if I'm being an asshole, and be like, hey CJ, you need to stop being an asshole right now. Okay, I get it. Like, I'm coming across probably harsher than I should be, and I need to think about, the way that I'm expressing myself. But being real, being upfront, I would rather have that than, me trying to have a conversation or trying to express, a situation, and then the other person coming away from that with just, oh, CJ's being an asshole again. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes 100% correct and makes sense.
Those S-mints that I'm tossing away are mostly in the 70s. And, dude, I have a pile of them. I'm not missing them. I promise. So stacking silver. Here's what I do. This is something you can't see.
You know what's pretty funny is your chat is having their own conversation, and me and you're just having our own conversation.
All right. So 2009. These are all the ones that I've kept aside for just the 2009.
Holy crap.
This is only 1970s. 1970 through 1979.
Jeez, CJ, you got a lot of pennies there.
This is just the 60s.
Wow.
I have one of these for every single decade, all the way down until the 20s. The 20s and 30s and the teens, I have in one of these. And but otherwise, these are everything that I've already set aside, that I've already collected, that is at least basically AU or better. So some of them I've even had to break apart into Denver and Philly, specifically like the Shield sets. I have so many of them that I have to break them apart from. This happens to be the Philadelphia. I have the same thing, only with the Denver minted ones. So,
right on.
Yeah, if I toss away a few, not even a worry, because I've got it.
You got tons.
I got tons. So, and these are all the ones that I go through. Yeah, I have got these that I have to go through and look at underneath the scope better. I've got these over here that are actually all of the double die reverses that I found just in this box. Then I have a repunch mint mark. I think it's that one right there. I gotta double check that one. And then these are the wheats right here.
I love the RPMs.
Oh, RPMs are great, especially the ones that jump out and like punch you in the face. Those are the best.
Oh yeah.
Because like you don't have to like tilt it and like look at it from like different angles. It's just like, there's the edge of the D, and then the next D right next to it. You're like, okay, there we go.
Exactly.
So yeah, no, I appreciate it very much. But yeah, I got that one covered. What kind of cases are those? Those are they're called small item sorters or small item organizers that I actually got from the Lowe's store right up the street. They were like $3, and they've got 10 slots. So if I can fit a decade in each piece, then hey, I'm golden.
Exactly.
So, and then I can break out my my bigger ones that have the nickels in them, because magic. So I mean, yeah, you can get them at Home Depot. So they generally come in two sizes. They'll have the small one, which is like the 10 slot. Then they'll have the bigger one, which is like a 13 slot. And it looks like that. So this is one of three things that I have nickels. These are all 2009s and dateless buffaloes. These are all my 1939s, and then I have 80s, 90 through 94, 95 through 99, 2000 through 2003. The 2004 and 2005s are in their own container because I have them split between Philadelphia and Denver. This is 2005 to 2009, 2010 to 2014, and 2014 to 2019. Because I have kind of a thing for organizing. Then you get the bigger one. So I had to organize my all my Canadians. So I've got from 60 all the way to 89 on my Canadians. Because what I do is I get these books, right? You get the books like that.
Yeah.
And I can go through, open it up, and then just open this up and be like, okay, 60, 61. I go through here, I pick out the best ones. If I have BU, I'll pick out the BUs. I'll put them in the book. Same thing, and I just keep going until I come across ones that I can't fill. And then I just hold those until I come across more coins, and then I fill them up. So right now, with the help of this community, especially a big help from Joe Durbin, I was actually able to complete my book one of the Canadian small sets, which is awesome. So the book one is the 1920 to 1988. Those 68 years of Canadian small sets, and I have one of every single one. Boom.
Lemon, what? I'm listening, believe it or not, Ohio. I can multitask.
So then I have other problems like Eisenhower's.
Nah, I'm not a big fan of those.
Oh, I am. There's all kinds of stuff you can find in these bad boys, especially the 1972s.
How about you go over and ask Lincoln how many of those suckers he has?
No thanks. He has more than me.
Oh, he gets tons of them.
For sure, he's got more than me.
I think he told me one day he said he had over 1,000 of them.
Probably.
I don't know. He's just a big fan of them.
Yeah, and that's fine. That's what works for him.
And to be honest, my favorite coin right now would be the quarters. I don't know why, but I like quarters. I like quarters and I like pennies, but
I had my teller that I talk to all the time, that I always get coin from. She's like, "Hey, I found something, and you need to tell me if it's something cool." So she hands me this thing, and at first I thought it was fake. And I was like, oh, I know exactly what that is.
Oh yeah, so do I. That's a hologram. I got like 6 of those.
Yeah, and they come in sets.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've never seen one not in a set before. Like, that is crazy. She's like, here, you can have her for 25 cents. I'm like, sold.
Yeah, those things are nice. I got a set of them.
So, and it's those kinds of things that it building that rapport with your tellers, because man, I'll walk in and they already know me by name. They already know generally what I'm in there to get. They'll say, hey, will you take a look at this at this star note, or this this weird looking bill, or somebody brought in this coin, and will you take a look at it? Well, that means I get first dibs on basically everything.
Yeah, but those
Like,
holograms, I love them. Like, and I mean, only for a set of them. I think it's like $12 I paid for mine. Something like that.
I have completed once an entire Jefferson series by coin roll hunting. It was absolutely a fluke, because I had found actually 2 of the 50 Ds in the Jeffersons. But I did it. I completed an entire Jefferson book by coin roll hunting.
Oh yeah, you will.
It takes a while.
Oh yeah, yep, it sure does.
But like, it's the best feeling when you come across that really nice 38S, 39S, all of the silver, all of the war nickels. I mean, dang, come on! Like, if you can find all of those, oh, so beautiful.
Yes, sir.
So I feel like I've been lucky. Nickels have been good to me in my area. They have been really good to me.
Have you seen? I don't think they've been. Well, yeah, they have to be released because I got one. The 2019. Hold on here. Let me get the book here. 2019 Frank Church River of No Return. 2019 quarter. Not sure if anybody has one or not, but I got one. It looks like this. Hold on a sec. There. Come on, dang camera.
Quarter?
Yeah, there it is.
What is it?
The River of No Return. I don't know if anybody has it.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah. All I know is that thing is not been touched as far as I looked at it, but
See, here's what really pisses me off. So these 2 coins right here, they are both a 2019 Denver.
yeah.
These are one of a total of 7 quarters that I've gotten out of change that are 2019.
Okay.
Finally. Like, the 2019 finally hit my area, and like, it's already on the 3rd design.
Are those the West Point or the Guam?
No, these are just Denver. But I'm like,
oh,
son of a bitch. Like, we completely missed the low quarters. I barely have the memorial parks, and then this one is the War in the Pacific that most everybody else has had for 2 or 3 weeks. I'm like, this is stupid.
Okay.
Stupid quarters.
I've been getting pounded with these right here. The 2019 Philadelphia Lulls. I've been getting pounded with those. I got I think like 8 here that I got from the laundromat, and I save them, just in case someone needs one. And I think I have. Let's see here. I think I got a couple American Memorial Parks, but over here in Ohio, I'm not getting no War in the Pacific at all. So. And I only got one of those, and I had to get that from the coin show. And I got that River of No Return from the coin show as well. And I only paid $1.50 for that one, but I think that came from a mint set, if I'm not mistaken.
Dude,
But I mean,
jacked up.
I'm not getting no 2019 Denvers over here of Warren Pacific or anything. I mean, as what you see right now, right in front of you, all the Philadelphia's came from me.
Are you getting Philadelphia?
Oh yeah, it's all. Oh, I'm getting pounded with them. I'm not just getting them.
Because if you get Philadelphia and I get Denver, I will trade you for the Philadelphias.
No, you don't gotta trade me. I can just send you them. I don't need no Denvers.
Okay.
What do you need Philadelphia in? The Lulls?
Everything.
Okay, hold on. I got all the ones I put in flips today right in front of me. Let me look. Let me get inside the safe here.
It was funny because I was actually having a conversation with Durbin earlier. He's like, "Hey man, you got any of those W's?" Because I was talking about these Denvers. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's a really funny thing that you would ask that, because the only W's I have is the 96 W Dime and the 2019 W Low Quarter. Both of them, which I got from Durbin. So the only reason why I have W's is because of him.
Yeah, I got the West Point Lowell and the American Memorial Park one. And that's all I got. Okay. Let me turn on a light here so you can actually see them. Oh, what? Hold on. Let me turn on the light. There we go. I will just show you here of what I got. And all these Philadelphia Lulls, they all came from the laundromat because that's where my mom goes. And I'm telling you, they're like all uncirculated, like not even touched.
Hey Ohio, Stacking Silver with D says, you need a Denver mint and a West Point mint Guam.
Yes, I do. I sure do for that book. I can't find those suckers anywhere. I'm trying to find my West Points. There's one West Point. You know what? I'm gonna let you look at the West Point American Memorial Park. I'm thinking about sending that thing in. If I can find it. There you go. I found it. Okay, this is what I have. Look, that's what I have.
For W's?
The top two are the W's, but this is what I mean. I've been getting pounded with them right here. Philadelphia, Philly, American Memorial Park, Philly, Denver, West Point. And American Memorial Park,
There's
email.
Stacking Silver has an email in there if you want me to show it.
Hold on here. Let me shut up my. Hold on. Let me go there and I'll screenshot it real quick. Hold on. Where's that?
I haven't shown it yet.
Oh,
There you go.
okay, I got it. Anyways, if you want a Philadelphia, I can send you one.
Yeah, I'll take and this goes for anybody out there. If you guys are getting the Philadelphias on the quarters, I will trade you any Denvers that I get because I get so much exclusively Denver that it's stupid. What it is, it's just stupid.
Oh, that West Point I want you to look at. All this one right here. This is the West Point I was talking about. Like, that thing is like,
It's got like no back marks or anything on it.
not that I saw underneath the scope. Like, you can actually see my phone inside the quarter. Now, I do have a West Point.
So he says, I'm out of work in an hour, brother. Shoot me an email and I'll shoot you pictures. I've been sitting on this West Point Guam for 3 weeks, and the guy that was supposed to get it from me never got back.
Huh.
Here you go.
Oh, wow. But yeah, if you need a Philadelphia, I can get you one.
Yeah, I need.
Yep. I can get you one out.
There was one that I saw that somebody had sent in to get graded, to get certified because it was an ATBW and it was an improperly annealed planchet, and that was the coolest freaking thing that I've ever seen. Because if that person decides to sell that one, man, they could pretty much write a check. This is awesome. All right, Lake House. Thanks for stopping in, man.
See you later, Lake House Beach.
You're always welcome here.
Actually, hold on here. What Denvers do you have, CJ?
On what?
On the 2019.
I've got these two right here, but I anticipate that because I'm going to get quarters tomorrow, that I will have more because I actually tossed back the Memorial Park ones. I think I have another War in the Pacific somewhere, but I guarantee I'll have more tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm trying to fill. I've been working on the book that you sent me, which I can't get a box of quarters until September. Don't know why, but it is what it is, I guess. And did you see the book that Bigfoot Matt sent me?
No.
It's this book right here. The National Park album.
Oh, sweet.
Philadelphia. Yeah, this thing I'm having trouble finding. Hold on here. I'm having trouble finding the 2010s, 11s, 12s, 13s, the 14s, and the 15. Wait, no, not the 15. I've been having good luck on the 15s.
So that you're having trouble finding the start of the National Park series.
Oh yes, right here. These three pages right here.
Okay.
Nothing. I can't find.
I will get a box, or maybe not a box, but I'll definitely get some quarters tomorrow. And anything in those in that range, I'll set aside and I'll send you an email.
Alrighty, sounds good. I appreciate it.
Yeah, if there's anything that I can kick your way, then I'll kick it your way, and We can work it out somehow, trade or something, whatever.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I mean, I don't know. I'm just having trouble, getting with the start of the Nationals. But I mean, yeah, the 2019, they could for sure send you a couple. Because I mean, I can get them all day if I wanted to.
All night long.
Here's some pennies, I think. Oh, the 2017 Philadelphia Lincoln cents. Is
Yes.
a roll of those worth saving? I mean, I know what the Philadelphia Mint Mark is for the 17s, but is it
Yep.
worth saving a roll?
That's up to you.
I mean, I got a whole roll, so I didn't know.
I got 3/4 of a box.
You beat me there.
And actually, I actually have probably about 85% of an entire box. Let's see, Blues Coins was selling a P&D roll online. He wasn't telling me how much, but I know a Philadelphia and Denver one roll each set is going for about between $6 and $8 right now.
Okay, sounds good. I
don't know if that helps. I mean, I don't know if that help, makes you decide, which way that you want to do it. But I mean, I'm just telling you what's out there.
Right on. Yep. But yeah, the West Point American Memorial Park, I'm thinking about sending that to ECP, East Coast Prospecting, and having him sit it in for me. Because he said he can, do that, because I don't have an account for any of that crap.
Oh, okay. Do you have
Yeah.
PCGS or NGC?
I think he goes through. Man, I don't know. I think he goes through NGC. I think. What's his PZ? I don't know. I don't know.
Bam. I am finding DDRs left and right. What is up?
I like how you guys all do that with the flips, with your paper and everything.
Actually, I had thought about it to a point. Not that I have acted upon it, but that like I was like, I wonder if I could fill up, one of these boxes full of error coins and then just sell the whole box.
You can do that.
Like DDRs, RPMs, strike throughs, just everything. Just fill up a box, sell it for, I have no idea, price, and then just do that. Because my thing is, like, after I find it, it goes in a box. I literally don't do anything with it. I just like finding them.
Oh yeah. So I mean, wouldn't you be amazed? Well, there is a coin I did find. It's a 1999 Lincoln. It's a plain, off-centered coin that I don't own anymore, but I sold it to the coin shop. I think he gave me like well over $150 for the coin, which I think was a hell of a deal.
Hopefully, you didn't get screwed on it. So, like, I think at some point I'm gonna have to do something with these things. Like, I'm gonna have to. I just don't know what.
I had a nice find today. Look what I got today. 1964 dime. Look at the toning on that thing.
Silver.
Oh wow. Yeah, I
Used to be
found
until
it.
you broke it.
Hold on here. I think that is a Denver. Out of Denver. Yeah. My mom, she works at a gas station. So she goes, well, I found this dime today. And she goes, I was going to, what she said. She goes, I was going to spend it. And I was like, no. I said, I said, I'll give you a quarter for it. She goes, no, just keep it. And she goes, what is it? I said, 90% silver dime. See, that's the thing. That's why I like my mom working at the gas station, because now she knows, what to look for. I told her, I said, if you find it in 2019 quarters and that has a W mint mark, I said, send it my way. And I said, I'll give you a quarter for it. She goes, well, they're worth about $15. I was like, yeah, I know. And she goes, so how about you give me $1 for it? I was like, she goes, and then she came home one day and she goes, I'll just give it to you. She goes, because she goes, I ain't no coin collector. I was like, oh, okay. But she has no luck because I'm not getting any West Points over here on the East Coast. That's kind of ridiculous. You know who Chris's coin channel is?
Yeah, that's Chris Rhodes.
Well, he's gonna be. I went over to his channel actually not too long ago, and he's at 999 subscribers, and I'm not subscribed to him, but I'm gonna be subscribed to him. When I hear it when I get done, so he'll be up looking, and he'll have 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah, Chris has been in the game for a while, for a good while.
Right on.
This looks so good. This is one thing I don't like about the minor Class 9 DDRs on some of the late 90s Lincolns is that you can basically have, X number of them, and there's so many of them.
But yeah, if you do get some quarters tomorrow, just let me know.
Yeah, that was the plan. Said I was going to get quarters tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to, but I mean, I appreciate it. Because I mean, even who was going through quarters of the night? I forget who was going through quarters of the night. Somebody was, but yeah.
I think the attribution side of coin collecting is just one of those things that just it takes so dang long, and it doesn't need to, but it still does anyway.
Right on. It does. I mean, so I was working on, getting some merch and stuff, especially for t-shirts. I mean, I came up with this design right here.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if, I mean, it's not gonna, like, I mean, I made a video on it and it's already uploaded, but I don't know if, what you call it, people want hats made that, that they want, but I can't really do a hat because, you know, I don't have enough room on there to, you know, do anything. Then here's what the bet, and I don't have enough room to put my, you know, the Coin Collector Ohio thing on the hat.
You could narrow it down to just CCO.
Yeah, I could do that. I will figure it out. But here's what the back looks like.
Take out the word YouTube and just leave the logo.
Okay, we can do that.
Yeah, because if you're already saying that it's YouTube, you don't need to use it again.
Yeah, hold on.
This one looks like WDDR 40. That's just ugly.
And you know, that's the thing, is I learn a lot about coins from everybody.
I end up reaching out to James Wiles, which I don't know if you know who that is. He runs the Variety Vista website, and he does attributions. But there was some books that they had for sale. So I have an Eisenhower book, and I have an Eisenhower book, and then I have another book that is about the like the minting process.
Yeah.
So to hopefully help me really better understand things, because if I can better understand things, then it means that I can explain it better.
So should I just have the back of it, just check out Coin Collector Ohio, then just put YouTube, or put, I meant, leave the word YouTube out, or?
Yeah,
Okay.
take the word out, but leave the logo.
Okay, but should I just do check out Coin Collector Ohio on, then have the logo YouTube, or?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I was going to do. So let's do this.
So this is just definitely on 2000. Weird place to only have the 2000D.
Okay, let's do this. Okay, is that right there better?
Yeah.
All right.
It reads better like that.
And the price to do, you know, the front like that and the back the way I want it. Let's see here. I believe. Hold on. Let's do. Let's see how much the price is here. That's not bad though. You know, if you're a bigger guy, for a 3X is $23.49, but that's with, you know, all the colors that I need, which really ain't bad. Let's see here. For a large is only $17.49. I don't know. I just think that's just pretty cool.
Yeah, my problem with logos is that I spend way a lot of time on them. Like my first logo for my channel was probably took me about 2 weeks. This last iteration of it probably took me about 3 weeks to really hammer down, because I am weird. Yeah, that's. Wait, if that was a 2000D, then what was that? That's the same thing.
I'll be right back.
Actually, that is. Got the same minor DDR. Huh, that's interesting. Yeah, Alexander, it's something different. And like I do have a bunch of like unlisted DDRs in that box. So somebody really wanted to take the time to get them listed, they could. I just know that I'm not going to do it. I do not wish to spend the time or effort to do it. DDR. Dang it. It's not what I wanted to have. What time is it? Is it 3 o'clock? It's almost 3 o'clock. That was it.
All right, I'm back.
That's 6. This is a DDR on 4. It's 2002. 2002 Dan.
My phone does not want to charge.
I have another unlisted DDR. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. 7 DDRs or RPMs in this last box. That is a bunch of things. That is a bunch of things. 2000 Denver. DDR. 2002. Denver. DDR. 1998. 8. 60. 60 goes in there. There's 99. 1998. 1998.
How many DVRs do you got?
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, what year? DDR40. That is the second DDR number 40 that I found for the 1999 Philadelphia. That's funny. 1988.
Okay, I'm gonna customize a hat here. We'll see if it turns out.
1960. WRPM 10. 8 to 10. That's right there. Alright.
What the hell? How's that supposed to?
Hey, hi, I'm gonna take off, dude.
All right. See you.
It's 2:46 in the morning, and I'm actually gonna try to get some sleep.
All right. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it.
No problem. No problem.
I'll see you maybe later tonight.
Yeah, I'll be there for the Q&A.
Okay.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Later, bye.
Better. Bye.